Welcome to 2025. This is our first episode of Let's Get Savvy in the new year. I'd like to thank anyone that is joining us live on Instagram. Thank you very much for coming back for a second year. I'm here today with Brian Maddox.
Hello, Happy New Year. I figure I can milk that for at least 2 more days.
We got a couple of days. What's the cutoff date?
I think the 10th.
I agree.
I think you get much past double digits and we're starting to talk about some...
Then it's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about what to expect for 2025, and maybe we'll talk about a couple of things, how they went last year in 2024. Obviously, I hope you all had a great holiday season. Brian, did you do anything special for the holidays?
We went up to the Bala Bay Inn. It was our first visit there, spent New Year's there, and a great buffet spread, and a lot of history in the building, nice. And great friends, tough to beat.
Eat a lot?
You know what? I behaved this year.
That's
I got
good.
a lot of New Year's resolutions. So I tried to, in my experience, start those resolutions a little bit in December. So it gives me a little bit of leeway in the new year. So
good for you.
Yeah.
I did not have that same control. We had a great time with the family. You get to see everybody that maybe you don't see as often or all year long, and took the kids to Great Wolf Lodge. My in-laws got that as a gift for the kids,
Yeah,
so
that's a good gift.
Had a good couple of days there and ate a lot of food, but they had a fun time, so
good.
It's all good. Okay, 2025. What can we expect this year? Brian, do you have any expectations on what you think the market is going to look like this year, or the mindset of maybe buyers or sellers? Or
well, no crystal ball, but anecdotally, I'm getting phone calls immediately. So, I can say that we put in an offer on a house last night. People are already, 2 or 3 phone calls that are, obviously showing signs that people have been kind of waiting a little bit. So, it depends obviously on the individual's case, but, strike while the iron is hot, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see that that's happening, with open houses. We're going to have a couple new listings coming up next week that we're talking about. So just personally, I can see some activity that I didn't see obviously in December, or maybe even in November. So if that's a sign of things to come, hold on to your hats.
Yeah, and I think we can now look year over year and see that Q1, so your January, February, March, is the busiest time of the year in real estate.
Of course.
The numbers show that. I think that one of the misconceptions is waiting for the spring market. The spring market starts in the new year. Okay, so I know there's still snow on the ground and it's cold, but what happens is there's a trickle over effect. The people that were looking at houses last year that maybe slowed down, you get to the later stages of November, you get into December, people want to take a little bit of break. We saw showing slow right down, the last 2-3 weeks of December. It doesn't mean that there's no buyers out there. There's always buyers out there. Those people, they put it on hold, and now that the new year, the new calendar has flipped over, they're starting to go out and search for stuff. And when people wait and they don't list their place right away, there's limited inventory, there's more buyers. Right now, there's eased up restrictions or lowered restrictions with purchasing that we saw last year in terms of, buyers can now buy up to $1.5 million with less than 20% down. Interest rates are lower, and they still look like they're continuing to go lower this year. So with all of that compounded, showings have really gone up this week.
That's true.
And we've seen that in the market. Now, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're going to have offers on every single place and, everything that's priced, even if it's not priced right, that we're just going to get like crazy offers. This is not going back to 2020, but there is activity right now. So if you are looking to list this year, or your goal is to list in 2025, it's good to get into the market before all of the other inventory comes up in the spring market. Again, we talk to our clients and we coach our clients on this. Brian, he just mentioned, he helped some new clients yesterday put an offer on a place. We're getting their house listed right away. It's coming up next week. But they listen to his advice. They're striking when the iron's hot. They want to get their place sold, and they understand that now is the right time to do so.
Yeah, and see, even Vince, to kind of echo what you're saying there, is even if you're, as prepared as you think you are, there's a mental shift that says, I am selling my house. And when you have that mental shift that I am selling my house in the next, 30 days, and we start putting deadlines and times to them, just the same way you have a New Year's resolution, there's some expectation that this thing is going to happen. And if you don't start with that thinking today, your house won't be listed by February 1st. And if you don't start, you won't be, and it just kind of keeps moving this goal line down. But fortunately, in this instance with these new clients, their house was totally ready to go. They kind of in their background know we're gonna have this place, and you walk in and it's pristine. We don't have to dust, we don't have to reorganize, we don't have to rejig anything, because in their mind they knew we're gonna be moving. And once you make that shift, you start to declutter. You start to put things back where they belong. Maybe the garage is organized for a spring cleaning in a way that it hasn't. But that's a decision you have to make, and then all of a sudden the dominoes start to fall down. And next thing you know, you're in your next new place.
Yep. And maybe after Christmas, I find after Christmas when you're putting the Christmas stuff away, and I get told to do that really, really quick.
Yeah.
When you're putting the Christmas stuff away, that is maybe, if your plan is, hey, maybe we're going to sell this year, and maybe it's just a maybe it's 40% or whatever, but that is probably a good time to start thinking, hey, how can we declutter a little bit? How can we start clean up some of the stuff that we don't need? Did we use this in 2024 at all? If we didn't, maybe we should move on from it or pass it on.
Well, even with these folks that I was chatting with last night, they were asking about personalization of the home. There's some funny ways about saying declutter and depersonalization, and to try and make it simple is, if again mentally that you're moving, take those pictures off the counters and start clearing the surfaces, making everything look clean, but put them right into the box that they're going to be going to. So it's not like you're just taking it and jamming it in a drawer. It starts making this, again, small dominoes, and then eventually something's happening great.
I hate those drawers, those clutter drawers.
Well, everyone has a junk drawer.
Everyone's got a junk drawer.
It's a meme. It's meme worthy. We all have it.
I don't know if it's a guy thing or what.
No, I think it's a human thing.
It's
a human thing. Yeah.
That's a good point, though. When people are looking to list, it is a very common question. Do I need to depersonalize my house? And so there are the photo aspects, but I think when you are depersonalizing a house and we're getting ready for photos, that it's more about decluttering and taking stuff off counters, taking items down that are going to distract the buyer, as opposed to just photos. Everyone's first assumption is, I got to take my family photos down.
Right.
I
don't think that's true. I think you need to take your family photos off all of the counters. If your mantle has 26 stand-up tripod pictures of your family on there, that's an opportunity to maybe remove those ones. The ones that are beautifully hung on the walls, no, those are beautiful. Really, what I think people have to understand is these pictures are advertisements. One of the largest businesses in the world is marketing and all of the things that go into that. So, from the way that menus are laid out, where your eyes go to the top left first, and the way that grocery aisles are laid out with the main products at eye level, this is the same thing that we're trying to do in these photographs. So we don't want distractions. We don't want a blender to take someone's eyes. We want the beautiful granite countertops.
Yeah.
We don't want all the pictures on the mantle. We want the beautiful gas fireplace.
That's right.
So that's the thinking behind why you're doing it. Hopefully that gives people the understanding of why we ask.
For sure. And when we go in to do photos, we do, we bring a little crew with us, usually a couple of people. We go in, and before the photos we'll take anything, and we let you know, obviously, but the fancy soap containers, the paper towel holders, the extra, all that stuff.
Full of wooden apples. Looks great sometimes, but
sometimes we'll keep the wooden apples.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Those are the type
if it's going to be distracting, though, to the eye, we'll typically remove it from the scene, put it back in the right spot. But that's how our photo shoot day goes. It's a fun little process that we have going on when we're doing photos of a house.
Yeah. Well, you want to showcase it, and really the idea is too, the new people moving in are going to have an expectation that the building is going to be vacant. So you kind of have to give them a prelude to what that's going to look like. If you have floor-to-ceiling items in the house, their imaginations can be difficult for people to see through that. So we want to give every set of eyeballs on your property the full potential to enjoy it in their own vision.
That's right. Yeah. No, I agree. Yes, and then another thing is like with it being cold outside, being snowy. I know the outside of the house maybe will not look as appealing in photos as it would in a spring or summer market. I would rather take the buyers right now being available and having a hot market than my house necessarily looking the same as everyone else's house, nicely prepared outside when there's a lot more inventory. Does that make sense? I mean, I think rather than waiting for the spring so that the exterior looks nice, I would rather take the frenzy of the first quarter and you take photos. Yeah, if there's some snow on the ground, I get it. I mean, one of the things that we do, and hopefully remember this for next year if you're looking to sell, we do early photos in the spring or fall time so that if you're looking to list in the winter or Q1 of next year, you do have some nice summer or spring photos of your house. But I think that taking advantage of the market and the timing is a little bit more of an advantage than just having a nice exterior photo.
Without a doubt, yeah. No, I totally understand what you mean now, and yeah, there's no question in my mind that it's more important to get beautiful pictures of the inside and drive the program forward than to wait for one thumbnail picture that's going to magically sell your house.
Exactly.
Like, to your point, I have a mate. We met him last year, and he's got a huge tulip garden. So this spring, we're going in there, and exactly to your point, we're going to do his spring photos when this is just like, you can't believe how beautiful this garden is.
It is beautiful.
It's just a window of time, right?
But
unless you get those pictures in that time, it's not going to be great. In that instance, maybe it's nice to have those archive photos.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we live in Canada. You're going to have seasons.
Sure.
People know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, don't wait for that reason anyways.
Yeah. Don't.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the listings that we do have available right now. Just want to touch on them real brief because we do have 2 open houses this weekend. Open houses have been super hot. Again, lots of showings. Open houses last year, they were one of our, I know, some people swear by them, some people don't. We found a lot of our listings ended up selling through open houses last year. Buyers are, I mean, no pun intended, but buyers are savvy right now, and they'll start looking.
Pun intended. I mean, we're the savvy real estate group.
What do you want
me to say?
They'll start looking before even finding an agent because you can get a lot of information and you can figure out a lot of the preliminary stuff yourself. So they're heading to open houses. So this weekend we have 2. One is going to be at 350 Concession Road, Unit 603. Beautiful condo overlooking the escarpment. That is listed for $599.9. That's going to be on Sunday from 2 to 4.
Beautiful place. The views are really stunning. If you like the brow, you can see all the way to Toronto. There's a beautiful park right in front.
Yeah, nice balcony.
Parking right across. Yeah. That's
a
beautiful spot.
That one you can visit on Sunday from 2 to 4. And if you have some spare time and you're looking for a detached 2-story home in Stony Creek, Lower Stony Creek, 9 Bin Crescent, that is going to be, we're going to have an open house there from 2 to 4 on Sunday as well. That one is listed for $1,149,000. And beautiful area.
Another example, you wouldn't wait to take pictures of that house for the pool to open.
Yeah. We did get pictures with the pool open,
we were proactive.
Yes.
That's another archive photo. But I mean, for an example, we just get the ball rolling.
That's
now
right.
People know that's a water underneath.
That's right.
Yeah,
And it is a beautiful backyard oasis.
Yeah.
The area, fantastic. I have to confess, I live in the area over there, and if you have young kids and they want to go to a fantastic school, there's great schools. Park around the park is literally 2 minutes away.
You could throw a marshmallow to it from the driveway.
Yeah. Lots of good shopping, restaurants, Fortinos, all that fun stuff. Those are our open houses for this weekend. We also have a couple of other listings, and sorry for any technical difficulties here.
Gravity is getting to us today.
We have 340 Plains Road, Unit 512, listed for $674.9. Beautiful Burlington condo, 2 bedrooms. Try to get in there and have a look at it. We have 395 Anchor Road, Unit 26. That is a commercial unit up Stony Creek, Hamilton Mountain. It is nice, open slate, high ceilings. Great for, there's tire places, there's car repair places, there are, any type of industrial type of job, like there's plumbing places, there's everything in there. So
contractors.
Yeah, contractors, great stuff in there. We also have 3215 Cemetery Road. The lower unit is for rent for $1,800 a month. That one's been getting a lot of attention. Nice little lower unit in the basement there. And we have one coming up next week. Brian's got a new listing. Brian, did you want to just
Stay tuned.
Okay, all right, we're gonna wait on that one, but it is coming up in Thorold.
We can divulge that.
Yeah, it's coming up in Thorold.
Another beautiful spot. I'm from the area. Love it. If you know it,
Yes.
Confederation. It's gonna be great.
That's what we got going on. We're super excited for 2025. We would love for you to join us every second Wednesday of the month in the new year here. We're on at 10 o'clock in the morning, sharp, or 10:01.
Daylight savings.
Technical difficulties. So I would love for you to join us live. Ask us your questions. Send us questions in the chat there.
Well, it's helpful to us and it's helpful to you. We want to provide a little bit of content here that's useful. For the people that have provided questions, we appreciate it a bunch. Hopefully, we answered them. If we haven't, follow up. Give us an email, give us a call. Just comment below.
Yeah, and we have actually some really fantastic public seminars that are going to be coming up that we are going to be advertising more on our social. They are free. They're open to the public. Come in and learn about real estate, learn about what's going to happen in the market this year. Buyers, sellers, investors. It's going to be for everybody. So check us out. We'll have some snacks and some drinks and coffee and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. So, Brian, thank you for joining me this morning.
Of course.
And everybody, have a fantastic day, and we will see you in a month.